milestones. Not too many people make it to 50 years, but Marty and Cindy Strauss made it, and congratulations. We're up here at Sutton Station, and I'm going to just include a few highlights here in the first couple minutes of this video, so you can kind of get a feel for the sights and sounds and everything that went on. And we just had a great time. Made the best of a bad situation. It rained, it poured, it got muddy, the sun came out, we had good motos, we had karaoke on Saturday night, and we had the cross country on Sunday, and you're going to get a little mix.
Yeah, the boys round here drinking that ice cold beer. Talking about love, talking about trust, talking about living that road out kicking up dust. The boys round here.
Sing it, Ethan! Hellbound.
Whiskey bed.
All right.
Thank you.
Good to go.
Hey, Dave, Lloyd, enjoy the party, buddy.
Don't go, bub.
Alright, I hope everybody's feeling like they missed one, because you did. It was a good time. This is the first moto. I'm lining up on the Husky. This is actually the second moto of the first moto. I'm just including one good moto of the two. And if you're watching the highlights, when I went down, that was in the first moto. I got a great hole shot. And that young man up there in front of me, Mason Grove, I couldn't do anything with him, but I'll tell you what, old Joey Spade could. Watch this. Them two were mixing it up all day long, and I had a front row seat. It was amazing. I just loved this. Now, as much as I wanted to keep up with these guys, I just knew it wasn't in my repertoire to freaking get up there and mix it up with these guys anymore. They've just gotten so fast that I can't keep up. So I'm happy as a lark whenever I can freaking get up there and just watch them for half a lap, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to tell you right now, they ain't the spotlight of this show. Right now, just enjoy the sights and sounds of me twisting around this freshly tilled up grass track. We're ripping up here. This all used to be grass last year, slippy, and I'll tell you, with the rain and everything that we got, by the second moto, this thing was running in nice. It was tacky. We just had a great time out here. Even I'll tell you what, by the time I ran the first and the ninth moto, by the time it got to the ninth moto, most of the moisture was getting beat into the track, and I knew that this moto here was going to come down, and I had my good buddy Craig Lowry in with me. I had Charlie Walker and a whole host of other guys lined up there beside me. Well, this was one heck of a muddy mess down through here. But in the second moto, they back drug it with the skid loader. Made a huge difference. It was awesome. Couldn't really do much with this. There's a hard clay base underneath this mess here. So you just kind of had to keep digging. You got 3 laps to get around here as fast as you could. And this start-finish line was anybody's guessing game. We got 2 more laps to go. I'm in the lead. I'm turning around. I see Charlie back there. He is starting to feel his oats, they'd say. And I'm not giving him an inch. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to jump up over here. I'm going to protect that inside line. Down over this hill. I just love this freaking track. It's got so many little things about it. I love the double berm in here. Now, on the outside of this berm, I was reaching down looking for another gear. Wasn't sure what gear I was in, and it was just enough of a hesitation to let Charlie get up there and steal the show. And I told him later on, I said, I'm telling you right now, man, I said, you made one heck of a video, because I was just, he wasn't in my class. He's in the 60-plus class, and that 60-plus class is stacked. And Charlie's one of the stars of the show out there, and he is just gripping and ripping. Up over this hill. I will close this gap. I'm not gonna leave a lot of suspense in this video. I'm gonna tell you, there's only 2 laps left, or actually about a lap and a half. And I'm going to close this gap up, let me tell you, because I want to beat Charlie just like he's in my class. And what you don't see, but I can hear it in my left and my right ear, is Craig just breathing down my neck, touching my back tire on occasion. And so I got the front and the rear to worry about. And it was hectic. I felt like I had something for these guys. This moto meant a lot. The second moto is always worth more than the first, so if I was going to win something, it was going to have to be this one, because Craig won the first one. But right now, my sights are set on Charlie Walker up there. He is plowing me a nice path down through there. I'm just sitting back a little bit, trying to use my rut theory about looking far out ahead of me. And there's old Mason Gribble. We might have him for a second. Yeah, right. Watch this pass. Charlie don't know what the heck hit him right there, man. Unbelievable. Where does he find traction? I mean, he's sliding right there a little bit, but I mean, holy God. Now I got a little inside scoop from him and Joey. I was like, you guys mixing it up, and something happened. Mason's like, yeah, I was trying to make a pass on him, but spun out down there. And I was like, ha. All right, back to the task at hand, and that is passing Charlie Walker. I'm going to do everything this old 390 Husky's got in it to get down here and make this show interesting. Now, if you remember right, this is where he got me, and if you notice, I am closing that gap in hard. I just needed a downshift there, and I think I could have pulled her in a little tighter. Heading down over the hill, I'm going to try to outbrake him here. I got a half-decent set of brakes fixed up on the Husky here. Got to get on that gas a little sooner, though. Now I'm thinking here, if I remember right, I'm going to try this outside line, because I knew he was going to protect that inside line. I thought I might be able to, but I just didn't stay in the gas long enough. And I got Craig breathing down my neck. Behind me right now, it is like 1, 2, 3. Like, good race if you're a spectator. That's for darn sure. This track couldn't have been any better right now. With all the rain and everything we had, the rain held off for all the motos. It was amazing for Saturday's races. It was just great. Right after the races quit, the rain started again. So, I mean, we were very fortunate, blessed, whatever you want to say, to get the little bit of sunshine that we got and to make these motos good, because Sutton Station delivered, let me tell you. Heading back down, this is the last lap. I am not sure if I can do anything with Charlie, because this is not the section you're going to see me passing it. It's just a little bit too slick, and I am no mud rider, I'll tell you that right now. But this wasn't too bad. I mean, yeah, it was slick, but you just set your bike up for it. I'm thinking I got a little bit for him. Oh, man, that was the chance right there. If I was going to do it, I had to get it done right there. I don't know if I hesitated or he just got traction and I lost traction. I don't know, but there's the old checkered flag. Ah. Alright, the revs are up. Turning the sign. The gum band is gone. Bill Bush gets that whole shot like nobody's business. There's old 589, but watch that left part of the screen. You got Mason Grove drifting out around on that first turn going up the hill, and I mean drifting. This race is getting ready to get good. Flying down over the hill. And them guys up there up front are just mixing it up. Old 589 got a great start out in front of me here. And I'm looking to try to keep up with Bill. And more importantly, I'm looking to get out in front of Mason. Because what you don't realize here is that Mason's got a bounty on his head in this race. We were just joking around there before the race, and one of the fellas there with Bill said, I'll give either one of you guys free lunch if either one of you can beat that boy. So I never told Mason that. He just got a little sideways smirk on his face, and he's like, bring it on. Bill and I are doing everything we can. He's on a CR125, Mason is, and he has got its number. That thing is just getting it. And Bill can stay a lot closer to him, that's for sure. And I'll tell you, I included just one lap because Mason just left us in the dust. But I told Bill later on, I was like, I think I could run with you out here. I said, you give me a little bit more seat time. I said, our lap times are really close. And he's like, yeah. He goes, I had a good time out there. I was like, yeah, same here. And I'll tell you what. You could overjump these pretty easy on some of the newer dual disc brakes out here, but they made this in such a way that they weren't too big, but they just were going to kind of slow you down before you went into the wood section in here. And smart by the guys that were making the track and stuff like that. They just did a great job. Well, Mason, neither of us got a free lunch, and we had a really good time trying to catch you, but just didn't happen this race. Maybe next time. Alright, we're going to slide into the kids' races, and I hope you enjoy it. There's a lot of special stuff coming up. Stay tuned. Well, if any of you guys have been around with the Mid-Atlantic much, you'll realize real quick that the kids come along. They race, they hang around with other kids, and they have a stinking blast. And I had a little bit of help this weekend. I had a young lady by the name of Ella, and she strapped on the GoPro on a chest mount that I had in the older kids race, and you're going to see that in just a little bit here. These are the little guys ripping around. Their track on the motocross is always like a size down portion more to their scale. So they gave them a nice big oval on the start line of our motocross, and it's kind of like a two-way drag strip. They had a good time with it though. And then when they graduate up to the older class, they'll get to get out there and run a good portion of the big motos on the motocross track. Their starts and stuff were real close to when my motos started, so I only got the start of the big kids going, so I apologize for that, but I get what I can get. Here's what I got. That was a good cast of kids right there out there letting it rip up. Now, I got one good lap. And when I say one good lap, you'll see what I mean. I used Ella's footage, which I thought was amazing. She just did such a awesome job, and you're going to see why. Just stick with it, folks. This is through the eyes of Ella. And it's on a whole different level. And when you put yourself down on this level right here, you really get to see the fear, the struggles, the anxiety, the can-do attitude is what I saw. Because this girl really got after it. I can see a bright future in her and never gave up. She went down a few times, not a big deal. And if you would have seen the mud toward the start-finish line, you'll see it at the end of the video. You just stick with her. Now, I sprinkle in when I was going around the track and getting some of these other kids in the video as well. But I would definitely wanted to throw Ella's footage in here to get you a good first lap to show you what these kids are out there doing whenever they leave their parents and they're out here doing this cross-country course. Now, here's some of the faster kids. And we had a good mix. There was 3, 4, 5 kids that were really getting it. You can tell they've been riding for a little while. And they're probably a good 4 or 5 years older than Ella, that is. She's 11. On a nice little, I don't know what it was, maybe a 70. But it suited her just perfect. Now this is, after you leave the start-finish line, go clean to the top of the hill, and that's where I was standing, watching these guys go by. And then in a little bit here, she's going to take us down over the hill, down across to the motocross track, and you're going to see what all you had to do. I didn't really cut out much of her footage on the first lap. Just a tiny little bit, but not much at all. Couple of sweep riders there coming through. Now you're heading back down with Ella here, and we're heading toward the motocross track. And the footage is a little bit shaky, but not bad. But it kind of gives you a feel for what she's going through. You figure those little tires are not rolling over the jumps as like she's feeling everything. Not compared to some of the bigger bikes that just float over top of some of this stuff. She sinks down in the side of in between every rock, and she feels everything. And to keep her balanced the way she did, just did amazing. And they're early in the morning. This is a Sunday morning race. It poured last night. The rain let up a little bit this morning. We got a race in. Everything was good, but it made the track so greasy. The conditions were definitely not ideal, but this track was pretty darn good for the kids, let me tell you. It's beautiful up here at Sutton Station, let me tell you. There goes Kira, and there goes Ella, down whenever she started heading down over toward the motocross track. Now here's one of the unique features that the adults didn't have. They had it last year, but they don't have it this year. It's heading up. They had a big ramp up over top of this giant log, and they point Ella to the right. It's an alternate course. Some of the more inexperienced riders, they wanted them to go over here so they didn't have to worry about anybody getting hurt. And if you felt froggy and you wanted to try to jump up over top of that log, you had every opportunity as a kid to do it if you wanted to. And you'll see here in just a little bit, some of these guys, they had no fear. They were jumping up over this log like nobody's business. Isn't that cool? I love it. Some decided to take the alternate route. Other ones thought, nope. And it all just kind of got back in. You didn't really lose much time. Come on, Blade, give me a little twist. This girl here, I think her name's... Hold on a second. Here. You got it, Ella? Right there, that's Ella coming down around. I was just down at the bottom of the hill there watching her. We're just sliding on the leaves. I think we got, this is the last one, I think. Now, Ella, if you pay attention here, she's gonna bring us on out to the finish line here, and this is where things got kind of dicey. It was really muddy in this section. I took my own dirt bike down around through here and crawled my way back up out of that start-finish line, and I fell for her. If you ride it yourself and you know what these kids went through, I don't mean went through, I mean how challenging this really was with the mud and the wet leaves and everything. You really get a chance to appreciate the little bit of struggles that they go through out here. I'm not sure, but I think this is her dad helping out with the sweep riding. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was her dad. There's old Blade Schmidt. He always gets out there with the kids helping them sweep ride. Gets her back on that bike and she does not even blink an eye. Hits the throttle and she's back on it again. Like I said, no crying, no hesitation, no tears, just a can-do attitude, and she nailed it. 10 out of 10. Did a great job out there. Wait until you see my cross-country video. I think she put me to shame. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here toward the end. It wasn't pretty. But Ella, she's following them yellow youth markers that tells her where the trail goes. And you see all these faster riders going by, and Ella just kind of, she gets out of the way, but she really don't have to. She can hold her race line and then don't let them other guys do it, but she's getting the old RPMs up there, climbing up over this hill. She's getting ready. She's almost there at the straight stretch. Yep, she can see the finish line in sight. She's got one more big hill to climb, and it's slick, folks. Super duper slick. She'll come out of these woods. Right here, you can start to see the sunshine a little bit. Yep, she's gonna make a left and then another little right up over the hill. This is part of the motocross track that got so muddy. And on Sunday, it was muddy again. You can just see the water just standing in there. Now, she don't know what she's got ahead of her here, but let me tell you, this is a challenge. That is a start-finish line way up there. You can't see the steepness in this video, but I'm telling you, it's steep. And she is just digging. Keeping traction, doing great. Oh, she did so good. So good right there. Gets a little bit of help. Everybody knows you are not going to get started right there. Adults included. Hey, she runs up there. She's going to make another lap or two. And thanks a lot, Ella. I really, really appreciate you strapping that on. If any other kids want to do it, you're more than welcome. Come over to my trailer and we'll get you set up. All right, folks. That's the double A group up in front of us. Firing them up, slinging mud. We're into the cross-country event here on Sunday morning, and I am off. I got a great start. But not as good as old Tim Bredlinger, and there goes old Mason Grove. And for just an instant, I thought I could run with these guys. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm doing good. This track is as greasy as you name it, and I'm thinking I can run with these guys. What in the world was I thinking? I can't run muddy moto. Muddy cross country is not my thing. I just can't do it. Don't have the balance for it anymore. Not sure if I ever did. Trees come up on me fast. I slide around, and I'm just happy as ever just to keep them guys in sight. Now I think it's one of the Bredlinger boys behind me revving his motor, and I'm thinking, I don't want to let you by yet. I'm still feeling like I can ride with these guys. I'm doing all right. I got the bike sort of set up all right, I think. And this track was pretty darn nice, let me tell you. I think if this would have been a dry track, the way it flowed, kudos to Jamie and Jim and them guys for laying this out, because I think they did a really nice job. The weather just didn't cooperate. I mean to tell you what, it poured last night. Now here's a section I let him by, then we'll hold him up. But what I didn't know was I pulled over to let him by, but I didn't realize the steep hill was here. And I was like, oh crap, I'm stuck on a stupid tree. I can't make it up over because it's too slimy. My tires are caked in mud. But I remember talking to John Ashcraft, and it just dawned on me. I thought, he said there's a little tractor road going around to the left. He goes, and it doesn't gain you any positions or time, but he goes, you can usually go up over that and make a right, and you'll come out on the same part of the track. I'm like, let's just try this out. Wipe the lens off for all you race fans out there. And just like that, we're back on the track again. Gonna go across a couple of these little bridges they made. I was warned that they can be a little bit slick. Not near as bad as what this track felt underneath me, though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This land around here has got a good topsoil on top, but it's got a hard clay base underneath it, and that makes it slick, let me tell you. I mean, for this boy, it's ice skates. For somebody like Mason Grove and Tim Bredlinger up there, they're just like, this ain't nothing. So I'm just kind of ease my way around here right now. And I apologize, I'm not going to give you a full lap because I did make one lap. Saw there was nobody in my stinking class. And I don't blame people for not coming out because of the weather. I think they missed an enjoyable, great weekend hanging out with great people. But as far as race conditions go, this cross-country course was, if you're a mudder, you probably would just love it. For me, I struggled. And you'll see my struggles, they're real. I'm trying to catch a little berm to give me a little bit of traction, a little forward momentum. Anything I can get going down around through here, I'm feeling good. I'm guessing up until a certain point, and you'll see what I'm talking about. The course flows really well. Oh man, I would just love to do this in, like, say, a drier conditions. You know, probably even Monday or Tuesday, whenever the sun came out and dried this out just a little bit and tacked it up. Oh my God, this course would have been fast. It would have been so good. Now this little bridge right here, get your rut lined up. Get your revs up a little bit, climb up over this hill. There you go. Trying to talk myself into doing this over again in the video. Oh, it's almost painful to watch because I know what's coming up. You got to have a sense of humor if you're going to come out here, let me tell you. Now I got, if I remember right, Mr. Karaoke Boy himself, Ethan Walker, is behind me here somewhere, and he's getting ready to creep up on me here directly. And you know, him and I have gotten into some good races, and I enjoy riding behind him or being in front of him and putting a good race on, because at times him and I can run some good cross-country races together. I like his speed. I just can't remember when he overtakes me here, but he's getting ready to come in here pretty soon. Speak of the devil, there he is. Hear that old four-stroke or thumping. Now, as soon as I seen him, I'm just like, all right, I know I can run with him. Watch how long this lasts. It don't last real long, and it just gives me that boost of adrenaline that I needed to kind of put the hammer down a little bit. I can keep up with Ethan. I can do this. Let's just see what the heck's gonna happen here. I'm thinking, this two-stroke's got definitely something for that four-stroke up there. All right, he's still up there, still doing all right. Cruising out across here. Everything's good. Now, if you watched the highlight video at the beginning, which you probably did, kind of gives you a what's coming up here directly. And Cheyenne Bream, she's got the front row seat to this. Not sure how she picked that spot, but if she'd had her camera ready, she'd have got some good shots. Oh, is that mud deep? We're just snaking our way back and forth, out around through here. Picture this, guys. If the course tacked up a little bit, picture this. This would have been fast. You'd have been up on the pegs, coming down into this little water crossing. This wasn't bad at all. Good base to it. One of them photographers that wants to stand on their head. Gotta love it. Starting to get my speed up. I'm thinking, all right, Ethan, where you at? Coming for you. Watch these kids. I love it. I love seeing them guys out on the course cheering you on. And right there is Cheyenne, and let me tell you, folks, that Jagger bush was deep, and I got buried in it. Oh, the back end just came around. I lost traction. I don't know what the heck happened, but it took me a while to crawl out of there. And I just want to take this moment and say thanks, Dale and family that holds this on their property.
I got it.
Cheyenne, get away. I don't want you getting any jaggers. Getting scratched up.
Ow.
Or run over. But anyhow, thanks for such a good weekend. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. You guys put on such a good show. Really grateful, and we will see you guys at the next moto. Check the schedule out. Renlo Park's coming up for a dual cross-country event. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it there or not, but maybe. Just not 100% yet. We'll talk to y'all a little bit later on. I'm still struggling to get the heck out of this bush, and you'll watch that, and then that's it, folks. The Energizer Bunny is done for the weekend. Bye-bye.
Hey, did you get a good picture?
Before that.
Oh, man. Huh.